welcome back everybody. If you're new, thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna be fishing today. Conditions are less than ideal. I mean, there's storms rolling in, wind sort of picking up. It's been like this, and I've also been doing maintenance on my boat to get everything nice and neat before I get some work done to it and make sure that everything is up and running. So I haven't been able to fish that much, but I'm gonna push through what I can today. The conditions are gonna be right here, and hopefully we catch some fish. I'm gonna try and catch some flounder and then some redfish whenever the tide starts pulling out. But stay tuned, enjoy, and hopefully me and y'all learn some things. These guys just hooked up on something big. That is conditions right now. If I get wet, I get wet. Hopefully it doesn't start lightning. First up, I'm going to be throwing Redfish Magic 1/4 ounce jig head with this 4-inch paddle tail from Limited Out Lures. Targeting flounder right now currently. Trying to see if I'm going to have to go under a bridge or something for this storm that's coming. Not what I'm trying to catch. It's actually called a slippery dick. No joke, you can look it up. I hate these things. Sort of just bouncing it off the bottom right now. The current's not ripping, the wind is though. Trying to get it so I can feel it on these rocks and see if something will bite it. And that slippery dick just did, but we're looking for a flounder, and I think actually a couple of those guys have hit it at this point. Something to look for whenever you're doing stuff like this. You can see my line's already frayed. Just caught it whenever I have to change out this lure from something biting off the tail. I'm gonna be smart. I'm not gonna lose my redfish jig and my soft plastic, so I'm gonna retie and start fishing again. I'm not venturing far from the boat ramp right now because I think that is gonna come and I'm gonna have to go dock my boat for a minute and, you know, not get struck by lightning if it starts thundering and lightning. As you can hear, it is pouring rain. Just made it out of that and sit it out in my truck. It's supposed to pass in like 20 minutes. Pulled the boat out of the water real quick, and then I'm gonna try and get back after it. This is why I waited. Still a little windy post-storm, as you can see, but storm just rolled by, and then bam, blue skies. So about to put the boat back in and start fishing. All right, tandem rig, ZWG, the Z-Man EWG hooks on their jerk shad. Same one I've been using, and then just a paddle tail, same one I was using before, and then I'm throwing this on a bait caster. I just think that this gets a little bit more visual effect because there's 2 baits, so twice the luck of catching something. This one's a little newer Falcon Coastal XG, medium 7-foot, 8 to 17 pound, and then my Corrado because I snapped my other rod whenever I was trout fishing. So we're gonna see how it works here. It's gonna be super hard because the wind is blowing this way, but the tide's going that way. So we're gonna see what we can do. Again, you're just playing with madness, just trying not to get it tangled up in the rocks, but also trying to get it as close to the rocks as you can. I've gotten a couple hits, just not been able to fully capitalize on them. All right, I don't really know how I'm gonna be putting this video together, but at the moment, I've already tried to fish rocks out there, little jetty, or the mini jetty, and I also got rained out, and now I'm gonna work my way back along this bank line, still trying to catch some flounder. And then if that doesn't pan out, we will go just try and sight fish redfish. This area is super murky. This is usually where I catch them. This is gonna be my last cast here, then I'm gonna move somewhere else because of the water quality. It's because of the rain. Holy cow. Bunch of menhaden just jumped in the boat. That's cool. I guess there is some fish here. All right, with this water quality like this right after the rain, I'm gonna throw them Redfish Magic with the paddle tail on it, 1/4 ounce jig head on a 2500. Now the Redfish Magic is good in this situation, I think, because that spoon, it's sunny, but the water's murky. Spoon is gonna reflect and make some reflection in the water. And then also, I think that it very well targets redfish and flounder. So 2 of the main species I'm going after today. At this point, I think we're more moving into redfish territory, but if there was a flounder around, you'd probably hit that. So we'll keep throwing it and see what happens. Also, if you guys are looking for the gear that I'm using, everything can be found in the description below, either my Amazon store or people's links to the gear that they make for me is also down there. So go ahead, take a look. If you like it, grab it. So I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just casting up along the shoreline. I've got that Redfish Magic on the spoon, so I'm reeling a little bit of tension in, feeling that spoon vibrate, doing the same thing, letting it sit on the bottom, doing the same thing. You know it's shallow. There was a redfish. So you just want it to keep on the bottom. It doesn't have to be a crazy movement, you know. Sometimes the less is better. So I'm just keeping up along that grass line on the bottom, making it look like it swims a little bit, stopping, swims a little bit, stopping, swims a little bit, stopping. You don't want to do too much. Something new that I've gotten as well lately is got some Haas straps for this Yeti bucket, and now I can hold my cast net back here, use it as a trash if I needed to, anything along those lines. So pretty cool, just a little addition, gives me a little bit more storage, super secure. And I mean, I rode here on the highway pretty much with it. I don't think it's going anywhere, so super cool right there. Another thing I did is I finally mounted my polling or my casting platform so I can use it the right way. I used to have it the skinny way forward and back because of where the trolling motor is mounted. So someone's gonna say, oh, it's offset, whatever. I know this is the best that I could do without having to move the whole trolling motor system. Would have been thousands of dollars, fiberglass work, all that stuff. So this works pretty well. Kennedy tie down systems. And yeah, I can still use my cleat. Pretty cool. So I'm glad to have that way. Makes it a lot easier to stand up here. All right, I'm on to the TOPWATER. This is another Limit Out Lures. He makes these pretty much Super Spook Junior profile, which we all know I love. So hopefully this works. Just got smacked. Just got the TOPWATER blow up. I'm gonna keep throwing TOPWATER. It's getting that time of day for me, and hopefully we'll get on some in this next area I go to that's a little bit farther south. All right, different area. I'm just past some guys, and they said they were having a hard time too, so that always makes you feel better. But I think if this storm will hold out and that low tide is right at or before sunset, you know, this might be, it's gonna turn on. I think it's gonna turn on. I might have just jumped the gun on coming out here. I should have just waited for the storms to pass, but lesson learned. I'll probably do it again. Better than nothing. So with the TOPWATER, I'm very patient. I cast these points, I cast along the bank. I haven't moved it yet. To be honest with you, most of the time that I get a hit, it's off the initial cast whenever it's just sitting still. You cast areas that you know redfish would be, and then you let it sit. They know it's there. As soon as it hits the water, it lands light enough usually. Sometimes the hit's immediate like it was earlier. Sometimes, they'll come from 5 feet away and hit it. It just depends. Or like I'm doing, give it a tap or two, walk the dog for 2, and then let it sit. Now trout, it's going to be different. Trout, I just do a continuous movement. Sometimes I'll do the pauses, like after they hit it and they'll come hit it again. Everybody does it different, but I have found for this area, redfish, topwater, they do not hit it whenever it's moving. They always hit it whenever it is sitting still. It's very patient bait, which is sort of weird for my style of fishing, honestly. I feel like I like moving things around, doing stuff, but whenever I fish this, I guess I'm just so confident in its ability to catch redfish that I really let it sit there a while. Right now I'm just casting up there, tide's coming out, literally letting it drift with the tide. You can see all my slack coming in. And I'll just give it tiniest little movement and let it keep drifting. Points, oysters, channel, everything's coming out here hopefully. And this is what I'm dealing with. Coming right at me. Might be going to fish the dang jetties whenever that thing comes through. This is going to be the end of the video. I ended up having to call it because that rainstorm came in super fast, crazy lightning. I know it's not exactly what I wanted, but I did get to fish and finally be on the water again. So as always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think and how I did.